today on behalf of the Center of Resource Development for Educators. I, Mrs. Deepa Desai, welcomes you all to our 15th session of the web series 2021. We start with a small prayer.
Shubham karoti kalyanam Arogyam dhana sampada Shatru buddhi vinashaya Deepajyoti namostute.
Welcome to our session, today's session. A very exciting session it's going to be. But before we go on to that session, a little about CRDE, that is the Center of Resource Development for Educators. Now, CRDE was launched on 5th of October, that is World Teachers' Day. We have eminent personalities as on our advisory committee. We have Dr. Narayan A.B. Iyer, co-founder and CEO of Indian Development Foundation, Dr. A.P. Jayaraman, former senior nuclear scientist, BARC, and chairman, National Center for Science Communicators. We have from Kerala, Professor S. Sivadi Das. From Singapore, we have Professor Dr. Mark Nowaki. From our own Amchi Mumbai, we have Dr. Tushar Guha, and we also have Mrs. Vijayam Ravi, the former chairperson of Maharashtra State Board of Secondary and Higher Secondary Education. These are our eminent personalities as our advisory committee. In addition to this, we have ambassadors from various schools, our principals as ambassadors from various schools across India and also from abroad. Since our inception, we have had a number of events in addition to our Tuesday webinars. Our Tuesday webinars are held twice a month, that is after a fortnight. So we had a two-day national conference which was held on the 18th and 19th of October, the same month that we launched. We also had offline sessions, panel discussions. We had a panel discussion for the principals and other educators at MET campus, Kurla. We had another panel discussion at SM Shetty School, Powai. In addition to this, we had a panel discussion and principals meet for degree college principals in the light of National Education Policy 2020. We also publish a bi-monthly newsletter. Anybody who's interested in getting their articles published in our newsletter, please mail us to crdenews@gmail.com. Dr. Ambujam Iyer, the former head of education with SNDT College, is our chief editor for this, and she also is our mentor, one of our mentors. Our website is www.crdi.in. If you wish to get more information about our organization, do visit our website. A request to all of you, please drop in your full name, your email ID, and your contact number in the chat box. Those of you who wish to write the articles, I'll be once the session commences, I'll be putting in the email ID in the chat box. You may make a note of it. And I will also be putting the website address if you wish to visit our website. Now, for our excellent session today, which I'm sure all of you are waiting for, we have a Master of Ceremonies who is also one of our ambassadors, Ms. Chandrakala Mishra, Principal of Abhay International School, which is an ICSE school in Mumbai. She has 20 years of experience in the field of education. She worked as an assistant professor in Teachers Training College, teaching D.Ed as well as B.Ed students for more than 8 years. She has a sound knowledge of the ICSE affiliation process and the curriculum. She is an efficient administrator and handles her staff and students efficiently. She believes in parallel leadership and believes that personal growth of the staff is an important factor in the growth of an institution. An avid reader and a lifelong learner, she is currently pursuing a postgraduate degree in education. Over to you, ma'am.
Very good evening, all the prominent members here. Dr. Vijayam Ravi, ma'am. Ma'am, introducing me will be showing the candle to the sun. When I'm going to introduce my parallel members, it will be really difficult to introduce myself. Again, ma'am has informed about CRDE, not to say much about that. Very beautifully created from the heart institution to work for the growth of educator, to do best for the educator. Educators always believe in sharing the knowledge. When the prominent people come on the platform to share their knowledge, it is moment to capture and memories to keep in our mind. The points to carry and to inculcate in our day-to-day life. Before starting anything, I would like to introduce two very prominent members of CRDE. Dr. Suresh Nair, sir. Sir is president of CRDE. What to say much about sir? State Teacher Awardee. Sir joined Vivek Vidyalaya and Junior College in 2006. And from there, he has been teaching for 18 years as a professor of physics. He is an able administrator, a perfect example of educationist, very visionary person in the field of education, and with lots of he has guided lots of students in subjects, and he is instrumental in popularizing science among the school and college going students by conducting various Olympiads. He is a co-author in the physics textbook for junior college for MST CET. A dynamic profession with the 32 years of experience, never to retire attitude. Maybe sir is retired, but never to retire attitude, always giving the best to the society and always busy and engaging to return to the society and doing his work very efficiently. Again, I would like to introduce very beautiful soul, Mrs. Deepa Desai, knowledgeable, insightful, hardworking, determined are just few of the words to describe ma'am. She is having 37 years of experience in the field of education, with recipient of many awards for her variety of works. She was former principal of ABM Juhu ICSE school. She was founder principal of MPS Kalva-Devi CBSE school in Mumbai, head of IS Manik Vidyalaya. She is a woman with many talent, no doubt. Ma'am is carrying many feathers to her hat. Very inspiring, passionate, very loving. Even I can share my first meeting with ma'am. I was very charmfully attached with the ma'am's smile. Even I compared her with Tabassum also during that time. She is have the leadership quality, and she believes to pass that information and that knowledge to others also. Maybe ma'am has retired, but her knowledge in this field is continuously growing through this platform, through many platforms. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now again, a beautiful platform to welcome our prominent guest of today. Words will be lesser to introduce ma'am. I have got 5 to 6 pages, big information.
I will introduce myself.
No, ma'am, I will. Definitely you can add something. More than 34 years of experience in the domain of field of education, Dr. Vijayam Ravi, a very prominent personality, consultant to a unique solution provider. Ma'am has rich experience that she gathered as an educationist, administrator, principal, trustee, director of education, chairman, MD, continuously going on. Ma'am has critically analyzing the strength and weaknesses of the system and provides the best solution for that. You can say she is doctor of education to solve the problems in the field of education. Apart from guiding schools for managing the schools, leadership developmental program, mentoring, assessing the school, and their capacity building are some of the core areas of ma'am's quality. Ma'am have variety of experience in the leadership, capacity building program, and curriculum development. Ma'am has corporate experience also. Ma'am has been associated with Raymond's for last 10 years. Ma'am was principal of Singhania School, Thane. Even ma'am has more than 6,000 students and 400 staff handling experience also in Singhania School. Ma'am was part of board of governor for the schools who run CBSE and ICSE school. No, ma'am, let me finish. Ma'am has vast experiences. I am Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Ghaziabad, Mumbai, and national quality management also. Again, I would like to say few things about ma'am's qualification. PhD in leadership, PhD in educational leadership, Master in philosophy, Master in education, Masters in chemistry, course in educational management, transformational leadership, leadership style. Ma'am, now the word leadership best suits for you because our today's current topic is not different from that. The topic says art and science of leadership in classroom. I believe, everyone believes that school is a miniature of society. Society believes in developing leader, developing quality leader. What if my teachers are not my leaders? What if they are not having the guiding force? Leader is not about titles, position, or work hours. It is about your relationship. So teachers who play the core relationship with student, parent, and the administrator, they are the soul of the school. So, ma'am, over to you. Ravi, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you. Am I audible? Yes, right? Okay. Audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, namaste to all of you. Good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. Thank you, Deepa. Thank you, Chandrakala, right? Thank you, Chandrakala. Thank you, Suresh. How are you all doing? Very well, I suppose. God bless you all. Chandrakala madam, I would like to be known as a teacher. That is the best kind of an introduction that anybody can even think of. Positions and power and all those things are only affiliations that come later. But the teaching is core, the core act of all of us. You ask everybody here, they all will be suggesting the same thing only. Okay, may I request all of you to switch on your video, please? Because I wanted to see you all. Kindly switch on your video, please, all of you. Yeah, that's really brilliant. You know, because I want to make it a very interactive session, I would want you to stop me in between, chat, write something in the chat box. I wish to see how you are all feeling, doing. I see and I will person has not even opened up. CL sir, CL sir, who's that? And Aarti Dingra, Sonam, what is it? Sakarkar, Pratibha. Pratibha is standing, her profile pic is there. Pratibha, please keep it open. Let me see your beautiful face. Come on. Thank you, Pratibha. And who is this Sangeeta Upadhyay? Please switch on. Switch on your video because you're all very good looking people and I get energy from them, from you all. Preetu Singh, Sai Sudha, Annie Abraham, Aarti Dingra, CL Sir, Pratibha, Zoom user. Zoom user has a name. Annie Abraham. Chaya Bogle, Priyanka Pal, Kimberly Korea, Bindu Santosh Kumar, Avisha, Oban. Oh my God, so many are there. Still, they are closing their videos. I would want to see you. Come on.
There are 47 of them, ma'am.
That's what I'm saying. It is such a wonderful thing to see you all. All right. So today, and actually, I wanted to give you all my salutations because you had been doing, when I say you, I mean teachers. You all had been doing brilliant job in the last 2 years, the pandemic time, and after the pandemic, to reopen the schools and the difficulties that you all went through. So the real leadership in you had come in then. On a Friday evening in 2020, in March, you all said goodbye, we'll meet you on Monday, but that Monday never arrived. And what we saw was only the leadership of teachers. Quickly, within no time, you had to master technology. Many of you were not knowing what technology is all about, but you learned it. You learned several apps. You learned several strategies of teaching. You had your own difficulties, plate full to handle. In most of the schools, I heard that even the salary was coming in only half. In some cases, that was also not there, but you withstood all this pressure. And so, salutations to you. You are the leader. There's no doubt about it. With that good note on you all, let me ask you one small question. The title of the talk today has been given to me, The Art and Science of Leadership in Classrooms. Can anyone say, write in the chat box, or you can unmute? I don't know whether somebody has to unmute them. You can talk to me. Why is it called an art? Why is it called a science? Leadership. I want to know your views. Anyone?
You can unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah, please unmute and tell me, why do you call it as an art and why do you call it as a science? Who's there? Please. Can anyone help? Yes. Swati Shirodkar. Yes, Swati, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Anji.
We call it art because with our skills, we have to convey our message, or we have to teach the students what we want to say, what we want to emphasize. So that is an art. And science means, of course, each subject has its science in its own. So that's why it is called art and science of teaching.
All right.
What
So
I
you
feel.
mean to say that the skills that a teacher has, the way of expressing your skill is the art form of it. Is that what you are meaning to say? Is there anybody else who would like to say? You can even write on the chat. Please.
According to me, when you talk of art and science of leadership, the art part includes the person, his personality, how he tries to build a relationship or a rapport with his subordinates or his equals or superiors.
Okay.
And the science part takes care of the number of skills that can be developed by the person himself. So anyone can become a leader. So it's not, earlier they would say teaching is not my cup of tea, but now teaching is everyone's cup of tea. Similarly, anyone can become a leader if he equips himself with those skills that are required. That is why it's called as a science.
That's really good, Ambuja madam. That is really good because art and science both are present in human beings, and therefore, in one way or the other, the skill comes out, and the way how you appreciate it or receive it, the science comes in there also. Very good. Is there any other opinion? Any other answer? I see and I will. Who's that person? I want the answer from that person. I can and I will. Who's that? Vijayam Ravi. She's present. He or she, oh, I don't know. Anyway.
Yes, ma'am, I'm present.
Huh? You are there? You are there? I can and I will, but you are not doing doing anything. You said you will, but you are not opening up at all. So where are
May
you?
I say something?
Haan ji.
May I say something?
See.
This
Yes.
goes on with the art is, the leadership is an art because you ought to lead without the followers feeling they're following.
Hmm.
So it is a very subtle way in which you get people to work, whether they be students in the classroom or teachers in the staff room. They get to work feeling that they are doing the best.
Yes.
Yeah. And you keep aside, you just begin something and then stand aside and let them follow up.
Okay.
So I think that is an art. It is not easily developed. It has to be learned. And the learning of it is science.
Okay, learning of it is science. Very good. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Varsha, right? Varsha Desai.
Yes.
Thank you, Varsha. Thank you, Varsha.
Yes.
Sir, you have anything to say?
Yeah, I have.
Sir, bataiye.
Yeah, in my opinion, the difference between science and art is science is something, there is a process, and if anybody will follow the process, should get the same result. Therefore, in all scientific discoveries, it has to be repeated by someone else and he should also get the same result. Art is something not that. It's very individualistic and you cannot copy someone's art and say it is mine. So it has to be highly individualistic. Why leadership is an art? Because even if you copy all the steps another leader has done, you will not get the same result. There is something of mine, something of individualistic, which makes one leader to another leader. So I may know all the steps of, say, ex-leader. Like, for example, I copy everything of the prime minister, yet I cannot become a prime minister because there is something more than that. And that is the art.
That's really good, Mr. Vinod. You are closer to the answer, almost the same. I would like to tell you, thank you very much for all your views. Someone has written here in the chat, art because it deals with personality and science because it deals with emotions. I may not be able to agree with that totally, but let me tell you. Yes, who's that?
Yes, ma'am. It is the art of achieving success through the involvement of others' actions.
The art of achieving success through the actions of others. Okay.
Involving others.
Okay.
That is why leadership is called as art, ma'am.
Art. And why science? Science
because of the practicality, ma'am.
What is your subject? What subject are you teaching?
Maths and science, ma'am.
Maths and science. Why are you a science teacher? Not an art teacher? Why?
Ma'am, science can be connected to everything. Like art also, it can be connected. It is many things are involved. Practical things, hands-on experience, everything is there.
All right. See, all of you are correct in your own way, and it is correct also. But the answer that I would like to bring in here is more or less similar to what Mr. Vinod said. Is, it is science because leadership is a very structured program. It is a very structured activity. If you wish to be a teacher or if you wish to be a leader, you just cannot become overnight a leader. There is a structured program. You have to first of all develop those skills. And so there is a scientific method. First and foremost, you need to know the need for it. All of you are teachers today. You must have a feeling in your heart that you have to become someday a leader. Then that need is felt, and after that need, you will have to keep yourself arranging yourself or engaging yourself for the self-growth. Then you have to verify whether that is okay. Do you have to make any course corrections? And uske baad you will decide whether this is final or not. So you are following a structured approach towards leadership. And so it is science. The way you implement is beautiful, artistic. You take the people along with you, you have emotions, you have compassions, you have all the interest of all your team members in your mind and take the team along. So the way you implement your decisions as a leader is that's the reason why you call it as an art. Therefore, art and science of leadership, when I mean to say, it is really, really, okay, let me connect this now. Is it connected? No? Yeah.
We can see.
Yes, ma'am.
You can see that. So the art and science of leadership in classroom is something where you already have a leader in you, and that's why you are here. You have a scientific approach to life, and you also have the artistic way of presenting it. Let me now go to the next one. You know, teacher leadership and the student leadership in the classroom. We are talking about both the teacher and the taught. So teacher leadership in aajkal, in the last 2 or 3 years, I would say, it is no longer optional. Earlier, you could decide whether you would want to become a leader or not. Okay, I am teaching math. I'm a science teacher. Several people have come and spoken with me. I'm a science teacher. I'm a math teacher. I'm happy with my children. I don't want to be a leader. And a leader in their perspective is either a vice principal or a coordinator or a principal or someone else like that. It is not like that. Take that away from your mind. In your own class, in your own way of being a teacher, are you a leader? And teacher leadership is no longer optional. All right, let us see. I want you to watch this.
कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, तूफान से ही तो लड़ने खुदा ने तुझे गढ़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। अग्नि में तप के सोना है और भी निखरता, दुर्गम को पार करके हिमालय कोई चढ़ा है। लाएगी रंग मेहनत आखिर तुम्हारी एक दिन, लाएगी रंग मेहनत आखिर तुम्हारी एक दिन, होगा विशाल तिरुवर वो बीज जो पड़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है।
Yeah. Now, I want to ask you something about it. What did you get a message out of this video? What message did you get?
Each of us has to travel his own path.
Each
Each of us has to travel our own path.
Each of us have to travel our own path. Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Any other view? We should keep persisting. Very good. Very good. Who's writing? Shantala D'Souza to everyone. Yes, yes. Life is bigger than our problems. Yes, that's what the song is also saying.
We should never give up.
We should never give up. Yes. Yes. Did anyone think about the mother bear? It's a polar bear, right? Did any one of you think about the polar bear, mother polar bear? What is the view you have about the polar bear?
It was restless.
It was restless, but it did not do any help.
Yes.
It did not do any help. It allowed the little one to fail once, twice, thrice, and waited there to make sure that it reaches the top, and then it takes the little one along. Are you not doing the same thing in your classrooms? Imagine you have so many children in your classrooms and they have issues, several issues in classrooms, isn't it? They fail, they're not doing very well. They have some problems, issues at home. They have something to solve on their own. They are not able to do it. They fail. They get a lot of bad name from everywhere. What is the word as a teacher you tell them? Chalo yaar, ye sab hota hai. Don't worry. You can try. You can do it. What are you doing? I have not come across with any teacher who says no. No to such children. They all come forward and tell them that, okay, chalo, jane do. Come on, you can do it. You motivate, you empower. You empower your students. So who said you are not a leader? You don't have to be a principal. You don't have to be a coordinator. You are a teacher, and there you are. All right. So here, what I would like to say is, we have to, I'll just switch on again. Come on. Are you able to see? No? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, yes, you have shared the screen, yes.
I am not able to see it anyway. Anyway, sorry. Just a second. I'll stop share and show you again. Then it may be correct. Now, Jack Welch is the richest person in the universe. He is the CEO of General Electrics, okay? He says one very good sentence, and that is why I thought I should put it up for you. Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. And when you become a leader, success is all about growing others. Initial stage, you cannot jump. You cannot jump to a 10th floor immediately. You have to slowly grow yourself, gain the energy, gain the power, gain the potential, and grow yourself. And after you grow yourself, you have to empower the others. And this is what he says. Jack Welch says to all the people, what are teachers? What are teachers according to you? What are teachers? Teachers are the ones who motivate and empower the students in the classroom by themselves getting elevated to the next level. So teachers are the ones who touch the lives of people. Thousands and thousands of students you might have all been teaching, might have crossed through your hands, and what would you, they all will remember you for certain things. Oh, this physics teacher was like this to me. I loved that teacher. This teacher was something to me. This class teacher was something to me. So they have something or the other to remember about you, and you are making an impression. Teachers make impressions in the minds of others, that is the students, and you touch their lives. So according to me, teachers are not chemistry teachers, physics teachers, English teachers. I have been asking people, what are you doing? Oh, I am an English teacher. I am a chemistry teacher. I will request you all not to say that. You say proudly, I am a teacher. English, math, physics happen to be a subject that you teach, but fundamentally you are a teacher. So that is what I would like to say. For the teacher and the taught, there are 2 or 3 major aspects of leadership. One is effectively you have to maintain the teamwork. Now, you may ask me, what teamwork? That is the job of the principal to have a teamwork. No, it is not the job of the principal. It is not the job of the coordinator. You are, as long as you are part of a team. Suppose you have a math department, you have a chemistry department, you have an English department, you are part of that department, you are part of that team. Therefore, you have to be a team player. You cannot always say play the role of a victim. Oh, mere ko nahi bulaya, meeting was there, I was not informed, I wanted to do it, but people did not allow me. Don't ever play the victim card. You always will have to be a player. All right. So effectively managing the team work is your responsibility if you wish to become a leader. Successfully completing the task on time is another very, very important aspect of leadership. Punctuality is very important for you. I have come across with many a time when I was working as principal, the paper submission, paper correction submission ke liye deadline hota hai, it becomes so very difficult for few teachers to submit it on time. Completing a task, being a teacher, is a choice that you have made. Nobody has compelled you to become a teacher. As long as that remains your choice, completion of the task on time is also your responsibility. Empowering the people with a sense of achievement and power, that is your major role as a teacher or as a principal. Now, principals and coordinators and academic heads of the schools have got always a big job to play. Now, the big job that they have to play is that they have to show up all the time the student attainment. Very good results aaya hai, paper mein news aana chahiye, management should be happy about it. All those are their responsibilities. Okay. Beyond that, the leader, be it a principal or a teacher, at the bottom level, at the floor level of work, they have to empower. The teachers, the principals have to empower their teachers. Coordinators have to empower their teachers. Department heads have to empower their teachers, and teachers have to empower the students. That is why the teacher and the taught. Now, when it comes to teachers, how there is a psychology behind the kind of a role that you play in schools. Piaget says that from the age of right when the child is born till the age of 7, you know, they all look at the teachers like they observe and learn. Oh, this is how we have to behave. This is how we have to respect people. This is how we have to pray. This is how we have to talk to the friends. So by observation till the age of 7, the children learn. Between 7 and 13, the children learn from their teachers.
Come here 1 minute.
So the teachers become a role model. That is the reason. Come on. Who's talking in between? Please switch, mute yourself, please.
Mommy birthday greeting card yang life hai na.
Come on, mute yourself.
Please,
Wish to talk, please.
These funny things no.
Mute yourself, or the administrator can mute.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
कितना जिसको पसंद है.
So the person who's attending is a teacher, probably. Look at the kind of responsibility they have, whoever they are. Now, so till the age of 13, the children look up to the teacher as a role model. Whatever the teachers do, oh, my teacher is right. Even if you as a parent notice some mistake in their learning, they'll say, "Mere teacher has taught me. I can't change it. You are wrong." This is what they say. Role model. From 13 on above, you follow the society. You look at the society, you have friends, you have other people to emulate, and you go like that. So the 14 years till 13 years, what you have, or 16 years you have in school, is a very crucial time for you teachers to empower them, to make sure that they are all doing really well. Give me one example. You know, rather than me alone talking, I would like to know, how do you start a class every day? What is the kind of an issue that you face? You can say anything, any issue. When you walk into the class, you start a class, you have issues there or challenges there, and how you sort it out. How do you start a class? Any one of you. How do you start a class? You have various ways of starting a class. How do you start a class?
By greeting them?
Hanji?
By greeting?
Yes, by greeting, and then go ahead, madam. Chandrakala madam, go ahead.
I am not a teacher, that is why.
You are what then? You are a
homemaker. I am a homemaker, and we take some classes for the orphanages and all.
Oh, I'm so glad that you are there today. Yeah. So you greet them. That is what Chandrakala says. Is there any other person who would like to say how you start a class?
Ma'am, can I?
Yeah, yes, please, ma'am.
So I start my class always because I'm teaching them primary section Hindi subject.
Okay.
So whenever I enter my class, so they look at me and they start the poem, Hindi poem. Like grade wise, grade 1 is a different, second is a different, third is a different. And 5 to 10 minutes they have to say that poem. And then they have to, you know, वो फिर डिस्कस करते हैं कि लास्ट क्लास में हमने क्या किया, what we have to do today, आज हम क्या करेंगे, क्या हो सकता है, फिर गेसिंग पॉइंट होता है, फिर उसके बाद में ओके चलो फिर आज आपके हिसाब से हम ऐसे करेंगे. सो चिल्ड्रंस बहुत ज्यादा हैप्पी हो जाते हैं कि वाह चलो टीचर आज हमारे तरह से करेगी, हमारे हिसाब से करेगी. सो दे आर वेरी हैप्पी फॉर दैट एंड दे आर लर्निंग वेरी, और वो बहुत इंजॉय भी करते हैं.
Very good, Anjana. Very good, very good. So Anjana happens to be a Hindi teacher, and she starts after greeting, she starts a poem, discusses with children, and she is able to teach. I want to ask Anjana, all the students in your class equally listen to you?
No, but जो बच्चे like वो पता चल जाता पोयम के साथ थोड़े कुछ होते हैं कि वो कुछ सोचते हैं, कुछ होते हैं कि वो प्रीवियस जो उनका काम पेंडिंग होता है वो करते हैं. तो कुछ नहीं, धीरे से उनके पास जाना है, टैप करना है और स्माइल देना है और जस्ट
So your teaching, sometimes it may not reach the entire group of students, isn't it? It need not be because you are a bad teacher or anything like that. It may be because the students have some issues or the other.
Yes, they are busy, or they are thinking.
They are careless. Sometimes some children never attend also class properly. They create problems for the others. All these are there. So every teacher has a difficult situation in a class. It is not always very easy to conduct classes. In such a case, how does a teacher become a leader? The possibilities are plenty. Let us see how you become. Teachers are leaders all day. This is first thing you all will have to remember. You cannot be a leader only from 9 to 4. You are a leader throughout. Now सोच लीजिए घर पे भी हम कभी-कभी टीचर का रोल करते हैं ना. We make our people also, don't do this, do this. So people at home also tell you, you don't be a teacher, you are a teacher in school, not at home. But you know, a teacher is always a teacher, be it home or be it school. This must be the thing, at least I have seen it like that. So teacher is always a leader. There is no single time, oh, between 10 to 10:30, I am not going to be the leader. Or I am a leader only when there is a program. Or I am a leader only when I am conducting some kind of an event. No, no, you are a leader. And the welcome thing with you is your smile. The success of teacher as a leader is, it starts with a smile. We always walk into these schools, we have our own worries all loaded here. And the children say, good morning, miss, good morning, madam, good morning, sir. And we don't even respond to them sometimes. It's so bad. If you can say, some people have, I have heard some people saying, no, why can't they say that they didn't welcome me at all? And people have told me, aajkal na, children have no respect for teachers. This is what I have heard. Okay, so how do you inculcate that respect in children? You show respect, no? Why not we show respect to people, to those people? Jadoo ki jappi humko de sakta hai na? If those people are not showing respect, show them this is the way to show respect. Okay, good morning, beta. How are you? If the children are not, twice or thrice if you do it, those children will start showing it to you. Then they will understand that you are wanted. The feeling of being wanted is very important in leadership. So you are a leader all day. So you have to seriously here lead by example. Always you have to lead by example. That is why I said you are a role model. You know, several times I have heard it. Children follow their parents also, sometimes teachers also. So I have to be consistent. Integrity of behavior is very, very important. I cannot behave one way in the classroom and show something else in the staff room. बड़ा चढ़ा के हम बात करते हैं classroom में, but after I leave the classroom, if I am going to resort to some other method, we are teaching the children, be honest. And at home, if somebody's phone call or somebody rings the bell whom we don't want to see, we tell the children, go tell them Papa is not there, Mama is not there. We are not consistent. We have to always lead with an example. As a teacher, you have to be a leader all the while. You have to always be a role model. There is no choice at all. You have to show by example. This is something which is so very important. Provide endless opportunities to their students. We have, once upon a time when we were all students, when math problems are done, Usually the teacher wants the problems to be addressed only in one way. Lateral thinking is never, divergent thinking was never promoted those days, in some classes at least. So a student may think about different options of addressing a problem. It could be a math problem, or it could be connected with learning in English or science or any other subject for that matter. So the teacher has to give, okay, there is another way to do it. Come on, let us do that. So that is enhancing the creativity of the students. Okay, so provide the students with immense opportunities, then you become a leader. How it could be, there could be students who are gifted children. There could be students who are not so very gifted, mediocre students rahega, but they are all interested to learn and understand from you, but they are not like the toppers. So in a diverse class like this, the teacher has to give opportunities that suit the gifted children, that suit the mediocre students, that suit the below average students. So provide the opportunities to all the students alike, so that you are empowering the children to find their own role and answers. So provide endless opportunities is another one. Teach and empower the students. This is what I said, give small roles to the children. You have already got in your classroom, I have seen this. In a class, normal school, almost all schools do this. Only the best topper will be the class leader or monitor or something, or a sergeant or somebody like that. The poor performers or the mediocre students are never given a chance. Who told you that the mediocre students do not have leadership? Have we ever tried it? Given them a chance to observe it? Only the topper, and the topper need not be always a great leader also sometimes. I had been connected with the school as a consultant. So I was having a one-to-one correspondence with the principal, because it was the performance appraisal of the principal for a salary hike for that principal. So that principal was telling me, madam, please help me. You please tell the management to take away the principal's role. I don't want to be a principal. I was a good math teacher. Allow me to go back to being a math teacher. I don't want to be a principal. Now, why she doesn't want? I am good with children. I am not good with administrative job, paperwork, this, that, and all that. So here the problem lies with the management of picking up a person who's good otherwise in teaching, giving that person a responsibility where she or he becomes a misfit. So empowering the students to whatever capabilities they have is very, very important for the teachers. Transformative. The children should be made transformative. You may ask what it means. Transformative means it could be a metabolic change, a transformation altogether. Meaning to say, the child may think, oh, I am somebody like a goat. You have to make the goat think like a lion. How will you do that? Bringing in confidence, the courage, the risk-taking, the initiative, or motivating the child to that extent, taki he transforms himself to another role. So transformative role is very, very important for the teacher. So another is selfless. See, look at somebody is pulling the other person is pulling, the other person is pulling. You can see a connectivity in the picture. Nobody is leaving anybody else. Everybody is collaborative. Everybody is helping each other. Selfless. The teacher has to be a selfless person. Now you may ask, it's not possible, madam. You can say, बड़ा चढ़ा के आप बात कर सकते हैं, selfless, ये, all that. At the end of it, I am important to myself. You are right. You are important to yourself. But at job, when you have come to work in a place, and that too with the responsibility of guiding the students, you have another party in front of you to attend to, the student. So his interest is also important to you than your own self-interest. So the teachers have to be selfless indeed. So you have to be a leader, you have to give opportunities to the people, you have to be selfless, you have to empower. So many of the roles are coming to you, which you are already doing. Trusted by students is something, let me tell you, this is something which very few teachers are able to acquire. Trustworthiness is the fundamental quality of a leader. If the people have to trust you, then only they will come with you. Otherwise, you will have no one to follow you or even to listen to you. If the people, if the teacher, if the students or if your colleagues think that you are not trustworthy, छोड़ दीजिए, ये काम आपके लिए नहीं है. This is not for you. And there is no job for you at all. Trustworthiness is fundamental to your character, fundamental to your job. People should believe you. People should know that you are consistent. People should know your integrity and trust it. Then only they will come to you. Trusted by students. They build community of leaders. Imagine you have 40, 50 children in a class. If not all of them, you don't have to, when I'm talking about leader, you don't have to think that you have to make him a monitor or a class representative or a sergeant or something like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. In whatever job he is doing, what does that mean? Whatever subject he is learning, allow him to excel there, then he is a leader. Don't get the view that you has to be a class representative, top, someone has to be there on top and somebody else has to follow. Not like that. Being good in whatever one does is also a mark of leadership. So the teachers make around 40 children in a class, means a community of leaders in the form of students you create. Every child gets something or the other from you. Looking at you, they get some value or the other and they develop on that. All right. Next is the building inclusivity. This inclusive education has become very common. That is about the teaching the dyslexic, dyscalculia student, dysgraphic students, and several other students who have difficulties in learning or even physical disabilities and inclusion, etc. It could also include all of that, but beyond that, I would say you don't mind where the child comes from, the race, the creed, the religion, the community doesn't matter to a teacher. Inclusivity, you have to welcome all children alike. Now, let me ask you this. I may be rubbing wrong shoulders here if I say this, but at the cost of facing that heat from all of you, let me say, most of the schools conduct entrance examinations to admit students. And some children do well, you admit them. Some other children don't do well at all, and you don't admit them also, which is fair enough. That is the policy of the school. The people who are affected people, the ones who have failed the entrance examination are the affected people. They come to you and ask you, please, madam, the parents, please, madam, please, sir, admit kijiye. I will take care. I'm sure he will, in your school, aane ke baad, your teachers will teach them so well. They will all do really well. Please, aap admission dijiye. we don't give. Now tell me one good question that I'm going to ask. What is your role as a school? Are you sitting here to educate only the intelligent lot and produce toppers? Or are you here to take up children from all classes, all across genre, and then produce the best out of it? What are you sitting here for? Many teachers have asked me, Madam, मेरा class ठीक नहीं है, उसमें बुद्धूस है, ज़्यादा लोग बुद्धूस है. अरे, come on, yaar. There is no one like that in this world. The interests of the children differ from children to children. You and me are not required to bring 100% result or 99.9% marks from an already brilliant child. On the contrary, if you are able to bring, I would say, if I am the principal of any school, I would say, if I am able to bring a 40% attainment holder, to bring him to 60% is the biggest achievement that I have. Much larger than 99.9%. But we don't do that. We seriously don't do that. Schools don't do that. They only take care of the best ones. Inclusivity includes everything. Children of all colors and creed and communities, and children with different intelligence levels. They inspire the others. Yes, teachers are an inspiration. They are an inspiration to others. So how do we inspire the others? How do we inspire the others? You don't have to do any special act. Inspiration is just a habit. Okay, you be you. You have concern for the children. You be a great reader. You have to read a lot. When you read a lot, so much of knowledge that you have accumulated in your head will pass on to your behavior. And your behavior will be inspiring to the others who watch you. That's all you have to do. How many of us, how many of you see teachers sitting out there get a time to read? What is the one name of one book that you read in the last month, other than your physics and chemistry? So we really don't read at all. We don't read at all. We feel that we are not going to read. We have nothing to inspire others. We are just what we are. Inspiring others need a little effort from us also. If we are touching others' lives, you are inspiring someone. Okay? And allow freedom of expression. This is something I must tell you in NEP. NEP is also asking you to allow the... Who's talking in between, Deepa? Can somebody close that person's voice? Mute that person. Can someone close? Hello? Mute, please mute. Mute kiya?
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. See, when I said role model, we get upset when our children don't listen to us. No, during class, online classes, they close their videos and they talk in between. How does it look like now? You yourself are like that. So I pity those people who are behaving like that. In any case, you can't help it. Seriously. Allow freedom of expression. NEP says the schools will have to promote, the teachers will have to promote the art of questioning. Once upon a time, we had that in India. The Upanishads, when we were all learning, the Upanishad taught the children, the Guru taught the children something, and The student was supposed to ask questions to the guru, and the guru gives an answer by asking a question again. And then again, that is debated, again goes. This is called Socratic method of learning. By asking questions, debating on it, again giving a question, again debating. This is the way learning has to happen. This is what NEP is also insisting. But in our schools, what do? Teachers ask questions. Student will have to give answers. Imagine a situation, if a child is asking a question and if we are not able to answer, how will it look like? And that is how it is going to be. That is how the future is going to be. Children are more informed than any of us. All of us put together. They are very well informed. Tomorrow's classrooms are going to be packed with intellectuals. At least they know details from anywhere. And if they start asking questions, we will be forced to learn. So allow the freedom of expression for the children. Encourage innovation. Allow the children to innovate. Find out something new. You know, there was a boy, his name was Mark. He was one who, from very childhood days, he used to do certain things in electrical work. He used to do really well. And then after long time after that in the classroom, people used to appreciate him for his work, innovations. Later, he was the one who invented the BlackBerry. BlackBerry phone, aapko pata hai, 2010 tak, BlackBerry phone was the big one, big name in the cell phone industry. And everybody was using BlackBerry. Then came Steve Jobs' Apple phone. So innovation, all these people, if you take Steve Jobs' life, he was such an ordinary person. He had not even having enough food to eat. Forget thinking, enough food to eat. He was working in a garage, and in the garage, he started creating electronic goods because of his interest. So allow and encourage innovation among children. Outside the comfort zone of the teachers, you can always take leadership in several roles. Extracurricular activities ka supervisor aap ban sakta hai. Have we ever gone to the principal and spoken, Madam, I am, or Sir, can I take up this responsibility? We never ask for responsibilities. The principal has to give the responsibilities always to the teachers. And even then, one thing or the other, no, yeah, and we still want to be teachers, leaders. Content developer, you can be curriculum writers, you can be academic development in charge, head of the department, you can be class coordinators, community outreach coordinators. There are umpteen roles for you to exhibit your extra leadership role. In all these roles, leadership plays a very significant part. So for teachers, I mentioned, as a teacher, when you teach 40 children, how you will do with the students your leadership. And in the school, how will you take up leadership in various roles? This is very, very important. Now, teachers' leadership styles, there are 4. And all of you belong to any one of this. You can ask yourself to which one you belong to. Authoritative. The first one is authoritative. You are a very authoritative teacher, meaning to say, hey, Shub, sit down, don't get up, don't talk, do this, bring this. You are not ready to listen. Such kind of a leadership is authoritative leadership. Democratic leadership is something where you allow the children to speak. In certain school, in certain classrooms, the principal will be wondering what is happening in that classroom. Always noisy. You can understand that it is a democratic teacher at job. The teacher will allow the children to ask questions, discuss, but of course not an indiscipline. That has to be kept in mind. So the student should be allowed to ask a question, describe what he or she wants. The teacher is a good listener. Then affiliative. Affiliative means compassion. A lot of compassion is there for the teacher. Understands the students, understands their difficulties in learning. All those things the teacher is able to understand. And so that is an affiliation power. But in many cases, teachers are very affiliative and they forget their role. That should not happen. Then comes your pace setting. A teacher, like a coach, has to set the growth path of each child. You have to have a knowledge about each of your children in the class and know very clearly that this child can achieve like this can achieve like that. A pace setting is very, very important for the teacher. All these four, any of us will fit into any, or some of us will have all the four of it together. Teacher leadership styles I have explained to you. Now comes student leadership traits. Culture of ownership. The problem with our children is they don't own their learning. That culture of ownership you have to inculcate, my very dear teachers. How will you inculcate that ownership? Give a job, give a project, give a responsibility, give the time frame and say that this is how it has to be done. This is the time you will come and report to me. And if you have any difficulty, you have to come before that and tell me this is not possible to complete. Give me one more day. And this has to be followed by us also. So the culture of ownership is something which we have to inculcate. The key is in them, with them. The teamwork. Teamwork is a big deal. Even among our own teachers, teamwork is difficult. We don't look eye to eye with some teachers. We can't stand the others. In classrooms, staff rooms, we have seen. But seeing us, our children are learning. Remember that. Teamwork is very important. I may have to, suppose you have an annual program going on, a cultural event, evening you are organizing, music is there, art is there, craft is there, drama is there, English teachers are there, science things have to be collaborated, or an open house you are celebrating. There is a tremendous sense of teamwork. The administrative setup of the school and the academic setup of the school have to work in team if it has to happen. Similarly, among students too, you will have to think about teamwork. And you have to see, you have to hear, one second. Sensitivity in children. Before that, I think I left one, right? Behind. No, sorry. Here, what we need to do is goal setting. Goal setting is something which all teachers can do. Most of the times it is understood that students are not able to attain to their fullest potential because they're not very clear. Ye kya cheez hai? How is it possible? Am I capable? Should I do it or should I not do it? You know, that kind of a difficulty they have in mind. Isliye, you can call the children, you can help them to do a goal setting. What is it that I need to achieve? Long time, isme I have to pass my 7th standard examination with 90% marks. That's a goal setting. Next. So now that's a long-term goal. Now I am in the first quarter of the year. Let me pass my quarterly examination with at least 60% marks, then 70, then 90. Like that, step by step, you can help your children to set a goal. Very important. And sensitivity. Children should be sensitive, and let me humbly submit to you that one of the essential qualities or values that is missing out today is sensitivity, especially after the pandemic. My pleasure, my comfort zone has become the watchword among students. And watch out, my very dear teachers, sensitivity is a very important thing that you will have to teach your children. They have to learn, and for which you also will have to behave like that. Better in oneself. You have to make them compare with their own performance, not with X, Y, Z. And the past is there, future is there. You can't say, I can't do it. They'll make the children say, I can do it. There was someone who had written, I can and I will. That's really.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Because you can do it. God has created everyone with some skill or the other. The skill that you are equipped with, you may not immediately know. A time comes for it to come out, and for which you have to keep trying. The past will help you not to make the mistakes that you have done so far. The future will help you for a goal. With what goal it is. Between the past and the future, you are a player, and you are never, ever a victim. Never take the role of a victim. All right. And you can also teach the children, the leadership comes when they take social goals. For example, children are coming to school. Some children come by walking, some children come by car, some children come by bus, whatever they are, cycle, etc. If a child who is coming by any means is seeing some scene on the road that the water pipe is broken, the water is going out, drinking water is being wasted. Normally, children, not even children, even teachers, we adults, we don't bother. But teach your children, keep in your school those numbers of that PWD department or the corporation department to call and say that this has happened on such and such road, water is being wasted, kindly rush there. Or some other thing is happening there, kindly help. That responsibility, social goal is very, very, very important for your children. Accountability. It starts with you. If I am accountable, my students also will be accountable to me. I speak what I do what I speak. That accountability, that integrity, that consistency, if I have, children look at me and learn. Responsibility is something you can give small jobs to your children to see whether they are doing it well on time. And if they are able to do it on time, then give them a little bigger responsibility like that. For example, some children who are really good in studies, put them into some responsibilities to help those children who really need help. Technology has become a little issue with some children. So let those who are good at that help these children, take responsibility. Leadership is an art and science of empowerment. If I am empowered, I don't know how many of you are principals here, but let me tell you, if I empower my staff will be able to empower the students. If we don't, it has to start from the principal, it has to start from the teacher, it has to end with the children. These children are the advocates of the school, the name, the fame, the achievement of the school. You may produce 100% results. You are doing really well in studies and other achievements, But if you are able to produce and send out to the society who are empowered children, who engage themselves in serious, responsible activities as a citizen, that is the name your schools are going to get. And that is the reason why others will come to your school seeking admission. So art and science of empowerment is something very important. Just look at, and people used to tell me, ये सब होता है, madam. We do all these things, whatever you are saying. But you know, sometimes the hardships, sometimes I am so disappointed, distressed. How much ever good work I do, my principal is never happy. My coordinator is never happy. Management is never happy. So I feel I'm stuck. So I go in a normal speed. Whatever work is given to me, I do. You are not growing. By doing this, you are not growing. Just see this. Now, there are two balls here and two parts given. Okay. Now listen to it.
यहाँ पर दो स्टील की बॉल्स रखी हुई हैं। अगर इन दोनों को एक साथ छोड़ दिया जाए तो कौन सी बॉल रेस जीत जाएगी? आप बोलोगे ये भी कोई सवाल है, इतना आसान? ऑफ कोर्स वही वाली बॉल रेस जीतेगी जिसके सामने सीधी पट्टी है। अब ये वीडियो देखो, कुछ समझ आया? यही लाइफ में होता है। आप जितना तेजी से नीचे जाते हो उतना ही तेजी से ऊपर आते हो। अगर सीधे चलते रहे तो अपनी मंजिल तक पहुंचने में ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा।
Yes, so you see that, you know, hardships come, then that makes you strong. Teaching profession is not an easy job at all. Okay, so having said that, nobody stays where they are. Still keep on working so that.
यहाँ पर दो स्टील की बॉल्स रखी हुई हैं।
One, I would now like to close by giving you a small video.
बेटा, प्रोफेशन जो है वो डॉक्टरी है, इंजीनियरिंग है, सीए है, मैनेजमेंट कर लो, मैनेजर बन जाओ। टीचिंग कौन सा प्रोफेशन है?
ये सही कहा आपने पापा, टीचिंग प्रोफेशन तो नहीं है।
यस,
रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है।
बेटा एक बार अच्छे से सोच ले, आसान नहीं होगा।
एकदम अच्छे से सोच लिया मम्मी, बिल्कुल आसान नहीं होगा। पूरी जिंदगी हर रोज 4 से 5 घंटे खड़े रहना होगा। पहले हफ्ते तो बहुत पैर दुखने वाला है। चौक से लिखते लिखते फ्रोजन शोल्डर या स्पॉन्डिलाइटिस भी हो सकता है। बच्चे भले ही क्लास में कर दें, लेकिन मुझे आधे आधे घंटे के लिए सुसु को रोक के रखना पड़ेगा। कभी चैन से लंच नहीं कर पाऊंगी, और अगर कोई बच्चा नहीं खा रहा हुआ ना तो उतने ही टाइम पे उसे लंच कराना होगा। साल भर में एक दिन 1 मिनट से भी लेट नहीं हो सकती। रोज 50 बार गुड मॉर्निंग, 60 बार गुड आफ्टरनून का स्माइल करके रिप्लाई करना पड़ेगा। हफ्ते में 10 बर्थडेज पूरे एक्साइटमेंट एंथुजियाज्म से सेलिब्रेट करने होंगे। एग्जाम टाइम पे बच्चों के पैनिक कॉल्स आएंगे, उन्हें संभालना होगा। कई बार ना चाहते हुए भी सिंसियर अच्छे बच्चों को फेल करना होगा। कई डिफिकल्ट पेरेंट्स को भी संभालना होगा। पूरी जिंदगी कंजर्वेटिवली ड्रेस्ड होना पड़ेगा। हर सेकंड अपने बेस्ट बिहेवियर पे होना होगा। कई बार बच्चों के फाट जोक्स पे आती हुई हंसी को रोक के उन्हें टोकना होगा। घंटों घंटों फोन यूज नहीं कर पाऊंगी। 15 अगस्त और 26 जनवरी को पूरे देश में सिर्फ मुझे ही छुट्टी नहीं मिलेगी। और मैं कितना भी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर लूँ ना, जब तक सीनियर टीचर्स रिटायर नहीं होते मुझे प्रमोशन नहीं मिलेगा। और रिटायर तो वो कभी होंगे नहीं। तो मम्मी पापा, मुझे पता है कि ये आसान तो बिल्कुल नहीं होगा।
So teaching is never easy. It is a responsibility. So we have all come to this profession ready to take up that responsibility. After coming into the field, you cannot say that I can't play the role. Then you are a coward. So what is the best way? Churn out yourself to be a leader, not only in the class, even outside. You be a leader throughout. In whatever activity that you are doing, try to excel in that. With those words, I wind up. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Very beautiful video, ma'am. And the same amount of energy in your workshop also. We feel like continuously listening to you. The examples are so beautiful and we can connect with that.
Thank you.
As you started your statement with once a teacher, always a teacher, I believe in that. Maybe we are wearing different head of principal, coordinator or all, but we are always teacher. Learning to lead and leading to learn. This is what we learned from today's session. Can I have a question from any of the audience if they have any query regarding that?
Yes, you're welcome. I'm ready.
Anyone? Any question?
Ma'am, I don't have a question, but I would just like to share something over here.
Yes,
with your permission.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. When you said the art, it is leadership is the art and science of empowerment. I remember Dr. Gua, who always says a principal has to be a shower principal, you know, so that, you know, it starts from the head and only then it has to trickle down, you know, only then it can trickle down.
Yes.
So you have to lead by example, as you said. I truly agree with you, ma'am. And not everybody comes into this teaching profession by choice. Many of them come, you know, by chance, whatever may be the reason. So like I always used to tell my teachers, if not choice, by chance, but now that you are here, make it your passion.
Exactly.
And that's what I would like to tell everybody over here. Teaching is a passion, and we can't just forget teaching, you know, we have to be teachers. Once a teacher, always a teacher, as where you rightly said. Wonderful session, ma'am. You just feel like, as Chandrakala ma'am said, you just feel like just listening to you, you know.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Vijayam, one question.
Yes. Who's that? Who's asking? Oh, Chandrakala.
Yes, ma'am. One question from the audience.
Okay.
Ma'am, when we are in the teaching field, we always feel stressed up, continuously going from one class to another class. And we are talking about leadership in this much stress also. So can you suggest how to self-groom ourselves and keep motivated ourselves always?
See, it's a good question, because teachers are stressed out. Ajkal. There is no second answer to it. They are stressed out. And why are they stressed out? They are stressed out because especially after the pandemic, the behavior of children have gone for a toss. Number one, expectations of the parents have gone from, I mean, unbelievable, unreasonable. Management expectations are also like that. So you don't know what you are supposed to do. I mean, the teacher. So what I will suggest, if I am you, what I will do is that, yes, I have to run from one class to the other. I can only give an example, personal example of myself. I was a teacher for +2 classes in chemistry, taking chemistry classes. I had a big responsibility. There were about 80 students in my class. And we have a system in the school that we have to take examinations every 15 days and make sure that they are up to the mark and produce great results. All right. So the stress that, and every day, and in 12th standard chemistry means we have 3 subjects, pure chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and you have the organic chemistry also, physical chemistry also. You have 3 books to do in the 12th standard. It was no easy joke at all. So every day in the 9 periods, only 1 period or so, something like that, I used to get free time. Free actually to prepare for the next class. So it used to be very, very difficult for me also those days. I'm talking about 40 years before. What I used to do is that there is no way. I have come to this profession because I wanted to be a teacher. I didn't want to be an engineer. I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want anything else, only a teacher. So if this is my choice, I have to find ways and means to handle this stress. The problem with me was time. Family bhi hai, time bhi hai, children hai, in-laws hai. How do you handle all these things with paper corrections of 80 students every 15 days, 3-hour paper? It's not easy also. So I decided the way I have to adjust is to adjust my time management. Most of the time, teachers are stressed out because they don't get time to prepare for their lessons. You find time, adjust your time at home with a little bit of a planning. Tomorrow, I have a class. I have 6 periods of class tomorrow. This class, this class, this class. Okay, what am I going to do? So mentally, you have to have a rehearsal before you walk into the class. I used to go to my class only with a chalk piece. I don't go with a textbook at all. Never ever I have taught children with a textbook. So it is all here. When things are here and you have a chalk in your hand, you are the leader. You don't have to worry about it. One class, another class, continuous periods rehta hai. You have to have your physical health also in place. My very dear teachers, take little time for yourself every day morning. You wake up a little early. You know, at this age, what age I am? 65. At this age, I wake up at 3:30 in the morning. I have no job. I am not reporting to anybody. I don't have to report to anybody. I'm on my own. I don't have to. But still, I wake up. I do a lot of reading those morning hours so that I am fresh here. So the stress that comes to you, most probably that stress comes to you because of a guilty feeling also. Oh, this I have to do, that I have not done. Here there is a problem, there that is a problem, from one place to the other. Never ever, I will not allow or I will not agree to that point that somebody else is giving you stress. No, unless and otherwise you accept it, it doesn't become a stress to you. So managing your time, planning for your class sessions, and understanding the need of the students would help you tremendously. This is what I have got to say.
Thank you very much for the beautiful suggestion. Definitely, stress will be always there. We have to find the ways. 24 hours for everyone, and we have to manage that very beautifully. Again, thank you, CRDE, very beautifully organizing the activities, workshops and webinars for teachers. Actually, when we think about leadership, we always think of principal or any manager person. But a topic, leadership for the teachers, they are the unsung heroes, which we always forget to thank about. So here on this beautiful platform, I would like to thank all the unsung heroes, my teachers, who are the backbone of any school. I would like to thank Dr. Suresh Nair, Mrs. Deepa Desai, and very beautiful, intelligent, talented, and very close to our heart, Dr. Vijayam Ravi. My patient audience, maybe they are off camera, on camera, but they are listening to us. And definitely they are carrying a lot of information today, lot of knowledge today, and they are going to apply some of this in their practical life also. I would like to thank CRDE technical team for handling this program very smoothly, conducting it very well. I would like Ms. Deepa to discuss about the next topic, or we are going to announce it later.
I haven't received the confirmation from the speaker as yet, so we'll announce it later.
Okay.
I can tell you the date. The date is 13th of September.
Okay, ma'am. So again, we will be meeting again on 13th of September with some of the innovative topic, with the same audience, with the same enthusiasm. So age is just a number. Just your thoughts should be young and energetic in that case. So by this, I end my day here. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Chandrakala ma'am. Chandrakala ma'am, thank
yes,
you.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of CRDE, we thank you very much for being the master of ceremony today.
Thank you very much, sir.
And special thanks on my personal behalf to Vijayam Ravi ma'am, Dr. Vijayam Ravi ma'am. And ma'am, as I promised, or I have told you, I attended the whole session, but only thing was, I was on wheel. I mean, driving fully, just 5 minutes back only I reached home. I couldn't, I accepted one in between, two calls came. So I was disconnected in between. Otherwise, I attended fully. I liked the definitions, what you have said as the leader, as, leadership as art and science. Both I liked it very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
We'll try to attend tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and thanks to all the people, Ambija ma'am and all the Deba ma'am, all the ma'am. Deba ma'am was there today, even she was not well. I'm very, very sorry to Deba ma'am.
No, you don't have to.
No, I'm supposed to be there today. I did not realize
whatever happens for the good. If I wouldn't have been there, I wouldn't get to hear such wonderful things from
that definitely. You are not at a loss, and you will be really at a gain today. That definitely no doubt about it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone. See you all again with a very beautiful topic to cover up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
God
Bye
bless.
bye. Bye
Bye, ma'am. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.